name is Elliot. Right now I am a sushi chef in training, and my position is pretty much the owner's son. During everything, still gotta go.
You still have to go was that your dad?
Yes, I have to go shopping.
My name is Daniel Edwards. We're here at Shoten Sushi and Izakaya. I took the AAS program, Culinary Management, at Oregon Culinary Institute back in 2010.
Shoten means being on top. It means we're gonna be on top, we're gonna stay on top. This is pretty much a sake bar. So we have a bunch of different sakes here.
A lot of our flavors are kind of hybrid Korean and Japanese. A lot of people don't know this, but the cuisine crosses over a lot more than people realize, especially because of Japanese takeover in Korea.
Is that if you ever go to a pub, it's pretty much finger food, small plates, but it's high dining, and they want you to just leave happy.
Cooking has always kind of been in my family. I was adopted, and one of the things that my mom did to bond with myself was cooking and baking. I've always remembered recipes that she used and handed down from her mom and her grandmother. And it always intrigued me. I've done different jobs throughout my life, sales and pretty much everything under the spectrum of the sun. And I always came back to cooking.
I've been growing up with all my family members always cooking. So I decided that I really wanted to like take that tradition and keep bringing it up.
Since I was offered a position of management, I definitely wanted to seize that opportunity, and that's one step closer to pretty much being in Keith Moon's position, head chef or executive chef and a restaurant owner. Ideally, that's what I'd like to be eventually. And I think a lot of people who go to OCI, not all, but I think a lot of people want to have their own place, whether it be a cafe or a food cart or an amazing restaurant, 5-star caliber, or even breakfast joint. Those are fun too. Respecting the head chef's food is definitely a plus for me. I've worked for people, and everyone will, for chefs they just don't respect, don't think that they have that much knowledge, and that's always tough doing. You want to do well and excel at your job, you want to learn more, but if you don't respect who you're working for, it's really tough to do that.
I really wanted to explore my options, and my dad's been doing this since I was little, and once I finally figured out that I really wanted to do cooking, I decided that I needed to step my game up and get a better education with it.
So there are some things that I had previously learned, and then I went to school and realized, those techniques that I knew are either outdated, they aren't as efficient, or just don't make any sense. And I definitely think that going to OCI and graduating and coming out of OCI, the way they teach you, or the way it's structured, not only in a small classroom environment, but also kind of in an accelerated, focused environment, helps to get you to where you need to be prepared to go into a restaurant. Whether it be short order, small food cart style, or a corporation inside of a hotel doing banquets, you're doing feeding 700 people at one time. OCI did a great job, not only just as a school, but the instructors especially. And it's always been amazing to me, upon reflection, I think of all the instructors and how each of them have a specific skill set that I took from them and that I learned.
The most fulfilling part of your job?
Most fulfilling? Man, I have to say being able to work with one of my friends from culinary school and learning from him as well. Because even though I have my family here, they're always there to help me out. It's always good to have somebody that I'm comfortable with and that I went to school with, and he's been through the same path that I have.
OCI honed my skills both on a business level and on a cooking level, just to be mentally prepared and physically prepared. And it's all about mise en place, and that's not just everything in its place with ingredients, but it's also everything in place with yourself. Being ready for when you're going to have that push, knowing exactly how you're going to plate everything, how your fluid movements are going to go, who's working with you, how they work. That's one thing I try to look at, especially, is everyone works a different way. Everyone has a different work ethic, everyone has a different style. Head chef and sous chefs are supposed to maintain quality control. That doesn't necessarily mean the person is going to always behave a certain way.
Sanitation, keeping clean, organization, That's pretty much how it is with sushi. You always have to be organized, always have to be clean. So I felt like OCI really helped me out with that.
Primarily, what's your job here?
Well, as most sous chefs, to oversee the kitchen, make sure that everyone delegate and everyone's on top of task, quality control. I'm a working sous. If someone doesn't know what that is, that's a sous who also works on the line. I still am in charge of ordering, breaking down proteins. I can also delegate it out to one of my workers. I can have them break down a squid that comes in. The sashimi, anything fish related, is strictly for either the sushi chefs, head chef, or myself. We don't let line cooks or prep cooks or dishwashers for that matter deal with it just because it's such a high-end product. With meat or with squid, if you make a mistake in a cut or it splits in half, not a huge deal, you can usually recover. With fish, it's quite noticeable, you're losing valuable products.
I have to say that was probably the best experience I ever did. And I was happy that I found OCI, because if I didn't, I wouldn't know what else I would be doing.
Pretty glad that I went to OCI, got an actual degree and professionally trained. I definitely honed skills and learned new things that that I may eventually have learned in a restaurant, but this is just more focused and attention to detail so that I could experience it better. I do have a lot of fun doing it, and you're lucky if you can go to work and you do something you actually love every day.
This is what I want to be doing. I wouldn't have asked for anything else.
Thanks so much for letting me come in and interview you and pick out your place. Congratulations on your baby.